It's been over 2 months since I gave my last exam of B.Tech degree. And this was the first time that I had this much free time and had nothing to do. Or maybe it just felt like I had nothing to do. Well, I'm gonna break this whole experience of 2 months into three sections: the dark phase, the solution phase, and the golden phase. But before tapping into that, let me tell you about myself. My name is Aastha Chauhan and I have completed my graduation from HBTU Kanpur. Although our official convocation is still pending, but yes, I have successfully completed my B.Tech degree. Well, why am I saying like this? Because I had this thought once that I should quit my degree. But that was pretty childish. Well. Let me tell you about my college life. My college life was pretty decent. Actually, it was not. It was full of different types of experiences. I tried so many things. Enjoyed a lot and made so many mistakes. But I'm glad that I made those mistakes at that time because now I am experienced and exactly know what not to do. But the best part is that I learned a lot, literally a lot. If you are a person like me from small town, didn't have that much exposure back then, have big dreams, and always focused on growth, then you may relate to this. I have achieved so many things during my college life, but the best thing for me was that I haven't burdened my parents for my college fees or say financially. Thanks to Siemens scholarship program for taking care of my college fees and for providing so many invaluable trainings. I learned a lot under SSP, literally a lot. Other than this, I did so many things like content creation, graphic designing, video editing, web development, freelancing, digital marketing, and AIML, and all these things have paid me, and they are still paying me. They helped me a lot for my other needs and interests like buying my laptop, smartphone, lights, camera, etc. And also for traveling to my wish list places. I may not look like a foodie, but I am a foodie. Trust me, I'm a foodie and I spent a lot on my food during my college life. Now, if I talk about my present, I grabbed a decent job from college and currently I am working as instructor on Tutorials Point channel. You can support me there as well on my playlist of machine learning algorithm. I will put the link in the description so that you can check that out. Now let's move to the main part of the video. First phase is dark phase. It is that part of the time when I caught myself in the dangerous loop of overthinking. Why am I discussing this here? Because I spent a lot of time on this and I find insights and wanted to share with you all so that you can save your time and your young energy. At the end of the day, we all are suffering from one or another emotion. You can be any kind of overthinker, thinking the big life decisions or every single detail in your life, or you may be somewhere in the middle. The truth is, overthinking happens to everyone at some point of their life, and it is because your brain is trying to do something. It is trying to calculate every possible outcome for any situation, and it is doing for one reason: it wants to reduce risk. Now, it is a good thing usually. Humans have evolved to become the most advanced species on the earth, and it is because the prefrontal cortex of our brain has developed this wonderful capacity of calculating risk. But the problem happens when we get stuck into our thoughts that are not necessarily important to our survival in any way, and they keep going on in loop in our head and resulting nothing. Besides, they make us feel tired and overwhelmed all of the time. But the question is, why does this happen? Why our thoughts keep going in a loop in our head, resulting nothing besides feeling us tired and overwhelmed all of the time? The answer is fear. Overthinking is often driven by an underlying fear: fear of getting rejection, Fear about future, fear about how the past action might catch up, fear of making mistakes, fear of taking the wrong decision, and even negative experiences in the past that make you feel fearful of having them again in the future. And this fear makes us get stuck in our emotional reasoning, which is basically believing that if I am having some emotion or I am feeling something, then that must be true. That means if I am feeling uncomfortable, then my brain starts believing that it is true and I must avoid it. This is something called cognitive fusion, where we basically have trouble separating our own identity from our thoughts or emotions. We see the world through our lens of thoughts instead of treating them as separate identity. Now, let's move to the next phase, that is actually our solution part. How to stop overthinking, how to get out of the loop of negative thoughts in your head, how to stop feeling mentally fatigued all the time, how to get unstuck. This is everything we will cover in this part. We are going to discuss two types of solutions. One is long-term solutions and second is short-term solutions. Long-term solution will help you to reframe your entire mindset and basically tackle the root cause of this problem. While the short-term solutions will help you to snap out of the overthinking in the moment so that you can pause and think more rationally. So let's move to it. First, long-term solutions. First step is be aware of when you are overthinking and what triggers you. Name your fear and write it down. Start a practice of daily reflecting journaling. At the end of each day, write down how your day went, how you felt, what went right, what went wrong, what energized you, and what didn't. This practice helps you process your emotions and improve your sleep quality. And over time, you will notice some patterns in your thinking and behavior that lead to overthinking. Next method is called cognitive restructuring. Recognize your thoughts as thoughts, not as your identity. For example, instead of saying, I am a failure, I am unlovable, reframe it, I am feeling like I am a failure. I am feeling this, I am unlovable. This helps you to separate your identity from your thoughts. Use journaling to ask why you are having these feelings or these thoughts. This will help you to recognize the root cause of the problem and see that it is often specific actions or situations that are causing these thoughts, not your entire self. You can also use visualization. Visualize your thoughts like leaves floating on a stream and let them drift away. This detaches you from your thoughts. Next is train your brain to refocus. Set aside a specific time of the day to worry. Whenever anxious thoughts arises, note them down and tell yourself that you will address them during this time. Practice gratitude. Each day, list 5 things that you are grateful for. This will help you to focus from negative to positive aspect of your life. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each morning to visualize that everything is working out for you. This will help you to counteract your negative thoughts with positive ones. Now, next, let's move to the short term solutions. First is create an anchor. An anchor is a focal point that helps you ground your thoughts and return to the present moment. It can be any physical object, a sound, or a bodily sensation, anything that can bring you to the present. For instance, you can use feeling of deep breathing or sensation of any pendant in your hand. Spend time building an association of calm with this anchor using meditation practices or any other calming practices. Next method is mindful practices. You can use many mindful practices like mindful breathing. Just sit on a place and bring your focus on your breath. Notice the air entering your lungs and leaving your lungs, the rise and fall of your chest, Whenever mind wanders, just gently bring your attention back to your breath. You can use body scan meditation with your eyes closed and focus on every part of your body, starting from toes and moving upward. Notice any sensation, tension, or discomfort and release it. Mindful walking can also be used. Just focus on the sensation of your body while walking, your feet touching the ground, rhythm of your steps, or sounds around you in the environment. You can also practice mindful awareness, become conscious or aware of something in your current surrounding that you didn't notice before. Challenge your brain to find specific things like five blue objects to bring your focus to the present moment. You can also use scenario journaling. Create four columns: your thoughts, the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, and the most likely scenario. This exercise helps you to realize that most of the time what we worry never actually happens and allows your rational part of brain to intervene. You can also incorporate affirmations in your daily life. For example, it's only a thought and a thought can be changed. Thoughts are not facts, thoughts are just thoughts. I control my thoughts don't control me. Now, let's talk about the golden phase. It is actually when you finally start radiating positive vibes, you will notice that you are attracting positive results in every aspect of your life. So, for this part, I want you to practice discuss techniques. When finally you start experiencing positive results, come back to this video and share your experience in the comment section. In my case, I have also attracted many opportunities related to further studies, career, and interesting projects. But for now, I take a step back because I have decided to focus on myself and embrace the slower pace of life. But seriously, I want you all to try these practices and strategies that I have discussed in the video and come back to this video for sharing your experience. If you find this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.